Hey, what's up, guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Town Hall 10. We're going to be talking about Part 2, Miners and Hog Rider attacks. 8 Town Hall 10 attacks in this war. Out of those 8, there was multiple Miners and Hog Riders. Now, we're going to kick off this video a little bit slightly different. We're going to start out by talking about clan castle troops and defending clan castle troops. Now, what is your idea of how many times a clan castle needs to be exposed before it's actually no longer effective? Realistically, the answer to that question, this is based off of my opinion, but one time. Once the base is hit, whether it be a Town Hall 9 or a Town Hall 10 attacking the base and exposing what's in the clan castle, really can justify what your plan of attack is going to actually be, whether you're going to use miners or air or hog riders. Now, the golem and balloon team is actually very destructive on shutting down a miner attack. This is really just a general idea of what it would look like if you were to mess up and just try to spam mass miners into the base, them getting caught up on a golem and then getting shut down by the balloon. That's the idea there. So as we get into this first replay, it's going to be kicking off with a queen walk, 5 healers there in the event of a seeking air mine. And really the intent here is going in and getting rid of the golem that's in the clan castle. It was exposed. This is not a first time hit on the base. Most of these attacks were not first time hits. I need you guys to understand that. It really takes a scout in order to identify trap locations, giant bomb locations, and what's in the clan castle. Now, for those of you that are very against Hound and Balloon in the clan castle, that's actually really good for shutting down an air attack. I've actually seen it live on live stream where a Lava Hound popped by mistake and shuts down the entire attack because of the lava pups going around and chasing down the balloons, putting the balloons down, ending the attack. All right, so back to this attack here. Queen is going into the base, purposely charging her into the base using wizards to move, taking out structures on the outsides of the base to cause the queen to go into the base. Poison spell for that balloon, taking down the balloon, and now the queen's going to be tied up on the golem and taking down the golem. Now, over in the far west, you have a barbarian king and a wizard team over there, taking out structures to direct our miners into the base. The intent here is to get the miners to go directly into the Inferno Tower. They're going to get caught up for a second on the gold storages, but there's a lot of miners in this group. They're going to be able to power through, taking care of the skeleton trap there and taking down the Inferno Tower. Now, our queen hits the short time shrink spell that's only available for this week, and it will be gone, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. She's fighting on a wall, she's slowed down, and she's down to nothing. Now, the miners are powering through the core of this base because of the funneling of the defenses here. They're going to split off up there in the north, going after the air defense and the Inferno Tower. Our miners will take down that Inferno Tower and take down the skeleton traps. So ground set skeleton traps is fine. It's even better when they're set to air mode, but due to the fact that miners have been around for a couple of weeks now, they're being seen more and more and more versus these Town Hall 10 anti 3-star designs. The air set skeleton traps have been reset back down to the ground mode to fight off and ward against the hogs and the miners. So Queen's ability is going to be popped in the south. We got some miners going in, assisting our queen with the final Tesla and the Expo. We have miners up in the north finishing off against the final point defenses, and they will overpower this base. A lot of the defenses were not maxed out, but this is what you would consider a tier 2, tier 3 base at Town Hall 10. If you know anything about the CWL, they have to have multiple different tiers at Town Hall 10 in order to compete. All right, so moving into the next raid, we have mostly miner attack. We have 26 miners in the composition. This was actually the first raid in the war, actually being a 3-star right off the bat. This would be a tier 3 base, if I'm not mistaken, with the level 1 Inferno Towers down in the south, maxed out queen, and mostly maxed out point defenses. Now take note of the defenses and what's being used to clean up the trash ring structures in the camps and the elixir pumps, gold mines, and it's giving the archers the freedom of maneuver up there to take care of those defenses. Now, the queen was used down in the south in order to clear up structures, using some Valkyries to take care of some stuff, and also bringing in a golem to go after the archer queen and check out what was in the clan castle. Since this was a first time hit, this was actually a blind hit. He did not know what was in the clan castle. Probably anticipated there being a balloon and hound in the clan castle. I'm not really sure. I wasn't in on the planning of this attack. However, the king is going to get distracted. He's going to go take out the enemy queen, as well as taking down one of these level 1 Inferno towers. which is going to open it up perfectly. Now take note of our balloons coming from the south. A haste spell is going to be dropped in order to launch the balloons into that Tesla and then into that next Inferno Tower, opening it up, basically turning it into a Town Hall 9 base. Well, a Town Hall 10 base with mostly, well, all at this point Town Hall 9 defenses, which opens it up freely for our miners to power through this base. Now check out the ring that has been created on this pathing of defenses. The miners are going to follow this entire north side, go to the point, and then work their way back down. There are 2 additional heal spells. A rage spell is dropped to power our miners through the location that has our wizard towers, multiple point defenses, and the possibility of giant bombs. A giant bomb is up there by the town hall, and our miners are going to work around through the defenses, powering their way down into a final heal spell in the location where the bomb tower is located and the final point defenses in the cannons. So you also have miners that parted off, taking care of the town hall and working their way around the north side. Don't really have to worry about that. Everything's based off of the miners. Now, if you guys have been farming with the miners, there's multiple ways to take on the bases that have centralized town halls, centralized Inferno Towers. Check out that link up there. I will post for you guys to review some attacks where I miner farmed, and you might see some of those types of bases or how to maneuver your miners. As this attack here finishes it up, a lot of you guys want to see what the composition was in order to make this happen, and it ends up being a 3-star attack. All right, so now we have another queen walk or another queen charge here. 5 healers in the composition for our archer queen. 2 wizards are dropped in order to send our queen around the south side. He's basically using his wizards there to direct the queen in the direction that he wants her to go. Also dropping a minion on that camp over there on the other southern side. It will end up getting taken out by the air defense and the archer tower there. And then he sends in 5 wall breakers. It only takes 3 of the level 6 wall breakers to open up a level 10 wall at Town Hall 10, but he sends more due to the fact of the defenses that were there. He wants to ensure that the wall gets open. Now, in this scenario here, we have a Hound and Balloon combination in the clan castle. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I've seen a mistake. I've seen it happen multiple times where the Hound gets popped by mistake, and the pups from the Hound will ruin the entire attack. Pups will chase miners. They will chase anything that's dropped on the map. And that's why you see them in the clan castle. It's really precision in these attacks, making sure to either not pop that Hound or to pop it and make sure that they get rid of all the lava pups that come from or spawn from that Hound. All right, so King is up in the north or the northeast, working his way towards the north on the outside, taking care of trash ring structures in order to keep the miners in the base. That's the intent here. Keep the miners in the base, going through the dense defensive areas in the Inferno Tower. They're going to power through the Inferno Tower. Now, giant bombs on these bases are normally placed around the Inferno Towers, and that's pretty much a known fact when it comes to these anti-3-star base designs with the base builders. They're pretty common with putting the giant bombs or 1 or 2 giant bombs around the Inferno Tower. So our miners have powered through the core of the base into another heal spell. Well, Joe, a heal spell is negated by an Inferno Tower. Well, when there's only 5 beams from an Inferno Tower, it's not gonna, the heal spell is healing the other miners around it, keeping them going through the base. Now, at this point, our healers have shifted to the miners, healing them up for a moment, and then shifted back to the queen. I've never actually seen that before. That's actually pretty rare. Normally, miners will take the healers from the queen, and they would have chased after going into that air defense, and the air defense would have taken out a couple of healers in the process. In this raid, it actually didn't happen that way, and our queen's ability is still very much intact. It's going to be a 3-star regardless due to her ability still being intact, even if the miners had gone down there. All right, so we have one more miner raid. Another lower tier Town Hall 10 here. Lower defenses, level 2 Inferno Towers. And in this scenario here, we're going to use bowlers over in that eastern corner to try to get a double bounce. They're actually going to be following up the Barbarian King. Barbarian King's going to tank for the bowlers. And we have a few bowlers over there in the east. And then we also have a queen up in the north. We have a baby dragon that's also over in the northwest that's assisting with that, taking out structures that are within range of the point defenses of the Archer Tower and the Wizard Tower. Able to only take out 3 structures there, and then it does go down. Barbarian King does pull the Clan Castle troops in the Lava Hound and Balloon. Now the queen, her intent is to take out structures to the flank of our miners and keep our miners in this base. Now you see both sides of the base, nothing on the outside of the base, freeing it up for our miners to stay in the base and together. Miners together under rage, under heal spell is just absolutely devastating, and they will power through. Now the longer they're above ground, the more vulnerable they are. So another heal spell is dropped in the dense area of the expos and the bomb tower. Bomb tower produces a bomb that can also harm our miners, as most of you would know. So our miners are going to work their way around the south side and through the core. Another rage spell is dropped in the location where the Inferno Tower is located, as well as a final heal. Now there is a skeleton spell that is dropped in between an air defense and a cannon, working on taking down some health on those structures over there, and allowing our miners to continue to work. The miners will take down that Inferno Tower. They will continue to work their way around the south side of this base, as well as a few archers to fill some space and a few minions there to assist with the cleanup of this base. Minions will get taken out by that final air defense, but our cannons tied up by the miners, which will allow our archers to finish up and take out the final structures there. So that's all for the miner attacks there, guys. We're going to move into some hog attacks. We have 2 hog attacks here for you today. 31 hogs in this composition. We got a witch, we got a Valkyrie. There's a placement for everything, or every troop that's in this base. There's this extensive planning that goes into these raids, guys. It's not a look at the base and hit. This is probably a couple of hours of planning, maybe a few hits on the base, or an initial plan. I'm not really positive. I'm not exactly included in the planning. I just stream the wars. Anyways, so Queen is going to go in, and she's going after the enemy Queen, and there is also a Golem in the clan castle. Now, you see how much of the base was actually taken out by a few wizards and a baby dragon. There's 4 different structures, actually 5 different structures up there that were taken out by the baby dragon and the wizards. We also have a minion over there continuing to work, taking out structures before we're going down to the hand of the archer tower. Queen's ability is used to take out the enemy queen, which is really good due to the fact that we're using hog riders here. Getting rid of that queen will help out a ton. And what will end up happening here is, what his intent here was probably to send the Barbarian King through the top of the base, going after the Inferno Tower with a few Valkyries, but the King actually retargets and goes after the Golemites over here with the Queen, and the Queen will actually go down due to the Tesla. Regardless, though, he doesn't panic, he doesn't change his plan, he continues with the plan. King's in the core of the base and taking out structures, and which will end up guiding our Hog Riders here down towards the south, through the expos, and meeting up with the other group that's coming up from the south, and they're all going to group up here. All the bowlers are all the bowlers, all the hog riders. All the hog riders are on the base at this point, and they're going to power their way through the core of this base. There's 2 heal spells and a free spell for that other Inferno Tower on the opposite side of the base. Free spell is dropped for the Inferno Tower, as well as the skeleton trap that is located, that would have tied up our hogs for an extensive period of time in order for the Inferno Tower to do heavy damage to our hogs. And then a final heal spell is dropped in the final location on the other Inferno Tower. Now, keep in mind, I believe that the attacker here did intend for that Inferno Tower to go down. So if that Inferno Tower had gone down due to the King and the Valkyries, the hogs would have never even made it to this side of the base. They would have been finished prior to that section of the base. But regardless, due to the strength of the Hog Riders from Town Hall 11 that came from the clan castle and the additional hogs that were left over, beautiful attack here by Rashiki, and finishing up this attack for a 3-star attack with Hog Riders, also with the assistance of that witch that came around the south side for cleanup, if you didn't catch that. All right, moving into our final attack here, guys. We have Kong Baggy here with 28 hogs in the composition. We have 2 balloons. We have 8 Valkyries. More up your alley. A lot of people like Valkyries out there still. I'm not positive what was in the clan castle. Now, the Queen is taking out multiple structures here and really directing our troops into the jump spell, or whatever's intended to come here. I believe the Barbarian King and the Valkyries are going to come into this base and go after the Archer Queen, as well as the Inferno Tower. If I'm not mistaken, there is a Balloon and Lava Hound combination in the base here. And that's, obviously, as long as the Balloon goes down, we don't have to worry about it when it comes to our hogs too much, because a Lava Hound that isn't popped is not going to affect our Hog Riders at all. So, Hog Riders from the clan castle are going to come in, and you see how much of the base has been cleared up. They had 28% before the hogs actually got onto the base, and the hog riders are going to work their way around the south side, heel spell in the location where there's obviously giant bombs and the bomb tower. Also, another group of hogs coming up from the southwest and moving in. We also got balloons. So check out the balloons over in the western corner, sneaking in on the mortar location, and they're going to assist our hog riders here. The hog riders have moved up into the expo locations, and our balloons are going to assist with taking down damage off of that final Tesla. They weren't successful with getting the Tesla, so unfortunately, in the planning process, I'm pretty sure that that Tesla was supposed to go down. So again, multiple avenues of approach here for you guys to assess, some different attacks here to assess. Take into consideration, a first-time hit, guys, you cannot expect to be an immediate 3-star attacker. Planning comes into play if you're facing against bases like this, guys, as well as what's in the clan castle, assessing how to face off versus the golem and balloon combination, also facing off against the hound like you got in this replay here, and then also you have the baby dragon Valkyrie. But the baby dragon Valkyrie witch is very easy to go down. So smash that like button, share the video if you find any value in the content, and thanks for watching, guys.